Hello and welcome to this little video about the BTP CLI autocomplete feature. My name is Christian, I'm product manager for SAP BTP Platform Automation, and in this role I'm responsible for the BTP CLI as well as for Terraform. So I'm a quite frequent user of the BTP CLI. Nevertheless, I also struggle with getting the commands crafted the right way. And as you can see, if we take a look at the command line reference, there are a lot of commands, there are a lot of options that you have to memorize. And well, is there a way to make your life easier and not to have to memorize the stuff even as a casual user of the BTP CLI? The good news is there is. And that feature is called autocomplete. So what you can do is you can switch on the autocompletion for your shell, and this will help you in crafting the commands by giving you proposals when you key in a tab. So you get the possible options, you can cycle through the options, and this way make it more convenient to get the right BTP CLI command. Now, the autocomplete feature is available for, let's say, 3 shell types. That's Bash, that's PowerShell, and that's ZShell. So basically, no matter on which operating system you are, you can use this autocomplete feature. Now let's take a look at how this feels like in real life. You see my terminal here, and I have the BTP CLI installed. Let's check that. It's here. And now let's see what happens if I do a tab when I enter BTP. I do a tab. I see basically the outline of the directory that I'm currently in. Now let's do this enablement. As you can see, I'm in a ZShell, so I will enable autocomplete for ZShell. Here is a click. On one click, I can copy the command, enter it, and I will enable it. Now this will put the configuration in the default ZShell RC file, same for Bash as well as for PowerShell. Of course, if you are afraid that there might be some interruption with your existing ZShell RC file, maybe copy it first to a backup folder or to a backup file and then do the installation. Nothing should go wrong, but yeah, better safe than sorry. So let's say, yes, I want to add that. Now, of course, I have to reload the RC file. So I do exit ZShell. That, of course, depends on the shell type you are in. And now let's see if something changed. So I do BTP space, and then I do a tab. And what I see upon the tab is that I get now all the options. Okay, so I usually like to have it in plain JSON format, so I have the ---- format. Now, what options do I have? Okay, I have text JSON. Now let's press tab another one. Here I have ---- format text, and now pressing tab again, the autocomplete feature cycles me through the options. Okay, cool. Now, what can I do next? I can either add, assign, create, delete. Okay, I have to have some basic knowledge. So I want to say I want to have a list. And then let's see, now I have all the different command groups and commands available, or objects available at my fingertips. So, okay, I want to go for the accounts, and then I want to go for sub account. So as you can see, by pressing tab and tab over and over again, I get the right result. Now, when it comes to the parameters, which is also always a struggle, I can of course also add something here. Now, I don't want to add any parameter. I have already targeted my BTP CLI to a specific global account, so I don't need to add that explicitly, except for if I want to access another global account. So let's see if that works. And yes, it works. So with that, you have seen that enabling autocompletion for BTP CLI is from my perspective, kind of a game changer, because you have now the option to really quickly craft your BTP CLI commands without jumping back and forth in the documentation to the shell, back to the documentation. Now, maybe you want to deactivate it, maybe you're not happy with it. You can, of course, always disable that. So if you do a BTP disable, and then let's see, autocomplete, and then I have to enter the shell type. Okay, that's set shell. I can, of course, disable it. This will clean up my set shell RC. So I will say yes. And then, of course, in order to completely remove it in this session, I have to do another exec set shell. And having done so, and waiting until the refreshing is done, I can do now a BTP again, and I'm back at the original place where I left. So I hope this showed you that there is a very cool feature available for the BTP CLI, namely autocompletion. And I hope I also could show you how easy it is to activate it and what benefit it brings to you. With that, happy BTP CLIing. See you next time.